I like the power of storytelling. How you can sway an audience to feel different emotions, different types of things just by writing something. And then having people, bring your what you write to life. I think that's why I fell in love with it. Like just I had a creative writing class in high school. I feel like it kind of started there a little bit. And we were just telling stories going around. We had to finish a story. Somebody start off a sentence. Suzanne went to the barbershop. Somebody else passed the paper down. Next person got to finish the story. Suzanne went to the barbershop. She took her son with her to get a haircut, like things like that. And it was just like, it was interesting. It was an outlet, it was something different than being outside, kicking it in the streets and stuff. It was just something different. It was a different type of outlet.
Alright. Yo, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So for all those crazy people out there who ain't never heard of you, girl, who ain't never heard of you doing your thing, Chi-Town is in the building. Give us your name and tell us what you do in a couple of seconds.
My name is Caprice Williams, aka C Rose. I am an independent filmmaker from the city of Chicago.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So let's go back to where it all started for you. Back in Chicago with your moms, your pops, your grandmother, the dog, all of that, the cat, whatever. How did you fall in love with filmmaking?
Telling stories. I like the power of storytelling. How you can sway an audience to feel different emotions, different types of things just by writing something. And then having people, bring your what you write to life. I think that's why I fell in love with it. Like just I had a creative writing class in high school. I feel like it kind of started there a little bit. And we were just telling stories going around. We had to finish a story. Somebody start off a sentence. Suzanne went to the barbershop. Somebody else passed the paper down. Next person got to finish the story. Suzanne went to the barbershop. She took her son with her to get a haircut, like things like that. And it was just like, it was interesting. It was an outlet, it was something different than being outside, kicking it in the streets and stuff. It was just something different. It was a different type of outlet.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So in the midst of you writing and stuff like that, who would catch you in the basement writing your little, you know what I mean, your little film scripts and stuff like that? Was your mom catching you? Was they like, yo, you got to eat this dinner I cooked? What's up? What's going on? Who was catching you writing your films down in the basement or in your room on your downtime? Who was catching you in your family?
It wasn't nothing like that, Kenny D. It wasn't nothing like that. The time when I started writing, I was actually going through like a crazy time in my life with just my little housing situation. So it wasn't anything like that. It was actually something I revisited as I got older. So like I saw somebody I went to high school with, she went to college, DePaul, I think, or Columbia, one of them. She went to one of them and she started actually filmmaking. So I didn't really touch it until I got out of school. I was living on my own and everything. So it wasn't nothing like that. But yeah, it was very much just exploring something that I had took a great interest in back when I was younger.
Nice, nice. So you said you met a girl who went to school with you. She was doing filmmaking. I'm assuming she's still your friend now, obviously, because you're doing filmmaking. Do you guys collaborate now on stuff or, bump ideas against one another? Does that type of thing go on with two of the best filmmakers Chicago has to offer? What's up? Does that happen in your world?
No, that don't happen. We don't collaborate. We actually don't speak no more, which I was a little pressed about, but I understand everybody got their own journey to take. I think in Chicago got a different type of culture. Like, I hate to say it, but don't nobody want to see you go further than them. And in my opinion, I feel like the girl who brought me on, who showed me the ropes or whatever, I feel like she's an amazing storyteller. She got it. She got me beat. By far, I'm trying to catch up to her. But on the outside, it seemed like you catching a little bit more attention than others. Sometimes, some people feel a way about that. And I see it. I'm starting to see it a lot, like even within like the influencer industry. Like people don't want to see you get ahead of them. Even if they brought you on under them, they don't want to see you go further than them. So we haven't collaborated on anything. My very first project I tried to bring home as a collaborator, but it didn't work out. Two strong women, just didn't see the eye to eye on certain things, but that's okay, but no, I haven't collaborated with her. Shout out to her though, because she has some amazing things going on. Like I say, she is an amazing storyteller and I'm extremely proud of her. But no, there's no collaboration going on in that regards.
All right. So Let me ask you this, because I do see that in our industry a lot, where people don't want you to get ahead of them. Even though she might be doper than you, she might tell a better story than you, even though you might be underneath her tutelage and all of that. Why is that? Is that only in our community? Because I don't see it happening in the Caucasian community, the Asian community, Chinese community. I don't see it happening. It seems like it's only with us. What's your thoughts on that?
Shout out to With Us, because that's my short film that's on YouTube. Y'all go check it out. YouTube channel, Rouse Productions. Make sure you subscribe. But anyway, to your point, I'm not sure what exactly that is. And I don't really want to speak on it as if I know what I'm talking about with it. I just know that it's an issue. I don't know what that mentality is actually about. But at the end of the day, I'm praying for everybody who feel like they done took on that mentality of like, I don't want to see my brother get further than me. Let me disown him, or let me throw some dirt on his name. But I just gotta pray for everybody who got that, mentality. And not saying that was her mentality towards me, but I'm just speaking on like other things. But yeah, I don't know what that's about. Do you know what that's about?
Great question indeed. I don't know what it's about. I just think, I know it's a lot of money to go around for all of us. It's just, I don't know, jealousy and envy is a real thing, especially when, when money gets involved, or the potential of you really making some serious money gets involved. It really, I think jealousy and envy is a real thing, unfortunately, if
Yeah.
I'm being real,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is, yo. All right. Yo, if you are just joining us, we are live on the Pimp Game Podcast, and we are here with the one and only Chi-Town's finest. That's right, Caprice Williams, a.k.a. C. Rose. I love it. The heart of Chicago, doing her thing in the Chicago area. So, let me ask you this. In the midst of filmmaking and stuff like that, who have you modeled your game after? You got some great ones out there. Tyler Perry, Spike Lee, Stephen King, people like that. They are really dope in the industry. Who do you model your game after? Or I know you're an independent filmmaker, or is C. Rose just out here doing her thing, or her own time, her own thing? Is that idol that you have in the filmmaking industry?
I think each project that I do is inspired by different people. So it's not just one person, because you could pull inspiration from different people. So for sure, Journey started off as a short web series before it got on Tubi. But for sure, Journey was inspired by Issa Rae's short web series, Awkward Black Girl. No doubt about that. My short film With Us was inspired by Spike Lee, a few of his projects, when they, you got that, it's like passion pieces with messages in them. And, that's how Spike Lee kind of conveyed some of his films. And then my latest project, Jada, which isn't out yet, but it's in post-production, getting ready to come out as soon as possible, was kind of inspired by Tyler Perry's Temptation a little bit. So I pull inspiration where I see fit. If I was to ever do my own thing, I'm always doing my own thing. It's not like I'm just duplicating what somebody is doing. But if I was to do what it is that I really want to do, I wouldn't do drama, comedy. It'd be sci-fi. It'd be something strange. It'd definitely be Harry Potter or something along that lines, or something like Shonda Rhimes, where she did Bridgerton and the Queen Charlotte, things like that. That's really where I want to drift off to.
Okay, sci-fi. Okay, I like that. So, with the filmmaking, you pull some inspirations from everybody. You said Tyler Perry, to name a few, and stuff like that. What was the most challenging for you getting in the filmmaking game? Was it like coming up with the idea to do the type of film you really want to do? What was the most challenging for Caprice?
Money. It's always money. Money is the hardest thing. Money will stop a project. Money could push a project all the way through, even if it's trash. But if you don't have no money, nothing's happening. Happening. So the most challenging part about all of it is just the financial piece. That's about it. But I enjoy writing. I enjoy putting the cast together, the crew together, location scouting, rehearsals, getting food. Like, I enjoy the whole process of making a movie. It's just the money component. And I believe a lot of other independent filmmakers could feel me on that when I say that. But money is definitely an issue.
So let me ask you this. In terms of the money, I know people want to go out and get paid, right, when they are doing these independent films, but the film may not have the budget. Caprice Williams may not have the budget at that time, because you're maybe not much, you're a household name, but not that household name just yet. How challenging is that for you to come to somebody and say, yo, I really want you in my film, but I don't have the budget, but I could do this. I could compensate you with this. Has it ever been a situation with an actor or actress been like, oh, no, I can't do that? And you got to move on, even though you really want that actress or actor in your movie? And
that's when you negotiate terms, because I think it's been like once, because I hate to say that because these are people, but I take the people that I can get. In my latest project, and even in a few of my older projects, like I feel like I'm a really great director. Even if I get somebody that's like never acted before, I could pull something out of them that I want them to show on their camera, you know. So in my latest project, I did have my lead actress. I didn't know that I wanted her until she came to audition. And once she read the script, she got on board and everything, and she was like, wait, we gonna do some nude scenes and we ain't getting paid? I don't know. We got to think about that. We got to talk about that. I'm like, okay. So at that point, we just negotiated, you know, how we wanted to set up, you know, the situations for her and a few other actors that had to do nudity or whatever. But as you continue to grow and as you continue to work and people really see that you're serious about your craft, you'll get people that want to come on, that want to give money, that want to donate their time and volunteer and give you funding and things like that. And I feel like eventually when I get there, I'm gonna get there. But right now, I ain't there. So negotiate. You know, the power of the tongue is important. You gotta negotiate some contracts. You gotta let somebody know why it's really beneficial to work with you. I may not be nowhere. My name may not be buzzing right now, but if you just stick with me and work with me, I get us there. You know, just believe. So the money be an issue. And I had some people that I'm trying to be extremely careful how I say what I'm about to say, but I have some people that act real big time, really, really, really big time. And it's real difficult to work with them sometimes because they've been an extra on power or something, or they've been somewhere like Chicago Med or Chicago PD. And I get it. Everybody needs to be paid for their time. You know, I get it. But it's some people that that's just a little difficult to work with. And you would think that independent will ring a couple of bells to let you know like there may not be a budget, so maybe I shouldn't even submit if I know that I may not, it's a possibility that I may not get paid. But you know, outside of that, like I say, it's just a matter of communicating, negotiating terms or whatever, and working things out. But it is a bit frustrating as an independent filmmaker to work without money. You know, it's like at some point you're gonna keep producing projects and you're not gonna pay people, just shut it down. And I get that, but it's a passion. It's something that I really want to do. So, but I have set a goal for myself. Like the next project that I do, I have to go in with a budget because everybody got to get paid, and that's just like period. But yeah, so it's a hassle. In short.
So let me ask you this, because you mentioned you got some people who they are some true a-holes. They just difficult to work with because they might have been on Power, they might have been on Issa Rae's documentary or whatever she got going on. So they giving you a hard time because they feel like they up here where they still ain't made it yet. They just an extra in a film, but they giving you the third degree. What's up? Do you sometimes fire those people and say, look, we don't need you. Ours Productions, we don't need you. We ain't got time for all that attitude, all that stuff. Leave it at the door. Do you fire these people if they do get out of line?
No, I like a challenge. I really love a challenge. Probably torturing myself, but I like a challenge. I like to try to work with them because I understand not everything gonna be peaches. So I actually let people kind of dismiss themselves. Like if they say like, yeah, I don't want to be a part of this, then they do it. And I think I only had that like once. I think I only had that one time. No, I'm not gonna, unless you threatening, you make a threat. I don't do threats. Don't do threats. Don't tolerate it. I don't tolerate abusive behavior. I don't tolerate any of that. Even if you're being abusive to somebody else on my team, I'm not doing that. So, but other than that, no, you go here, you be a diva. You come on here, you be a diva, but you better show out for that camera. All the energy you may be giving me, you better do it in front of that camera. I don't, you know, it's not that difficult.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like that. All right.
Yo, this your boy Kenny D. Hey, I didn't mean to interrupt your show, but I just want to take a quick minute, just to let you guys know, if you want to see more dope interviews like this one, make sure you go on YouTube and check out Pimp Game Podcast. All right? And don't forget about our website, pimpgamepodcast.com, to see all your latest Pimp Game episodes. All right? We got you. Man, I'm done talking. Back to the show.
Yo, if you are just joining us, we are here on board on the Pimp Game Podcast. We're here with none other than Caprice Williams, a.k.a. C. Rose. I love an independent filmmaker in the building from Chi-Town doing her thing on the Pimp Game Podcast. So let me ask you this. In terms of filmmaking, I never knew this. I don't know. I see the movies. We always see the final product. How long does it take to make a film if you're independent versus if you're the big leagues, or does it really take about the same time? Is it a year, 6 months? What's up? Depending on the film, how long does it take to make a film?
Well, you said that it depends on the film. It depends on the film, who's a part of it, what you have on your team, if you took the proper steps to like plan properly. It really depends. But I have done a project. Every project I do is always out within like no more than like 4 or 5 months from shooting. But this project, my first feature film, has been extremely different because I just want to do something different with it. But to your question, it really depends on the project, how much money you have for the budget, if you have a budget, and who's doing the editing. If you're doing the editing, are you consistent? Are you setting a deadline for yourself? Because in the Hollywood films, you know, they already got the budget set for post-production. When they come out, it goes straight to the editing table and they do what they got to do. They, you know, take care of it like that. I don't know what their timelines really look like truly, but I don't know. And then you got some people in Chicago that's just pushing content out constantly, like just hood. They shooting, they wrote it, they cast, they shoot, they edit, and they push it out all within like 3-4 months. I think it depends on the project and who you have attached to the project and what the money situation look like and who's doing what. So it could take up to a couple of years, or it could take a couple of months, you know, it just depends.
Okay. All right, I like that. So you have a film that's on Tubi right now called Journey movie. It's called Journey. I like that. I like the title. What's up? Talk to us about Journey. What is that all about?
So first of all, Journey was a short web series that was on YouTube first. When I got connected with the distributor, he was like, we might as well just merge this into a feature film because feature films do better on Tubi than a short web series does. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's just go ahead, chop it up, put it out. Because I didn't think Journey was going to take on a life of his own like that. I thought it was done. Like, I thought, you know, all the views or whatever I got from the film was going to come from YouTube. But when he took it and he put it on Tubi, I don't know. I didn't do much marketing for it. That was my first project ever. So the writing was kind of, you know, and, you know, but when I rewatched it, like, it's pretty decent. So in short, Journey is basically about a young lady who goes through a lot of different cultural experiences that's in another world. Like, I feel like when people watch it, they wouldn't think that that the film was from Chicago, because Chicago just shined in this light where we just all violent. And it's a little bit of violence in there, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not oversaturated with violence. It's a movie that you could damn near sit down and watch with your kids, you know, and I have had people say, I watched it with my kid, they like it. So it's decent. It's not a kid-friendly movie either, but it's like right in between. It's that sweet spot. So just a young lady named Magnolia journeying down like different paths to figure out how to handle certain things with her best friend and balance her life and balance her work life and things like that and her personal life. And we just see how she kind of, you know, handle that mentally. So
okay.
Yep.
All right, I like that. So let me ask you this. From Journey to your up-and-coming film that's coming up called Jada, I also like that too. You got some dope titles. They both start with J. I don't know what's up with that, but that's for another day. What's up? Have you seen the growth from yourself as a filmmaker, producer, writer, all of that from Journey to Jada? Can you talk about that and what is Jada about?
Yeah, so Jada is about a woman in her early 30s who's been married since she was young. And as she getting older, she's just starting to feel like maybe she didn't explore her life all the way before she went on ahead and settled down. So she's married to a FBI agent who's working a really high profile case that he really needs devote a lot of his time towards in order to solve. So in the midst of that, her birthday come around, he forgets it. He trying to make it up to her. He forgets that, you know, so she like start just feeling, you know, what some women feel deep down inside, like, did I commit too early? Did I really explore myself in life? Because that's sometimes when good women start to cheat is when they feel like they settled real early for the first thing that came around that looked good. They didn't get a chance to explore themselves. They didn't get a chance to have fun, to just be free. So in the midst of her husband doing the neglect and she already feeling like maybe she's missing something in her life, she go ahead and, you know, hang out, go to the club. She's super conservative, so she'll never go to the club. So she go to the club and she meet this guy and he changed her life. But this is the movie that was also inspired by Tyler Perry's Temptation. So it's a few similarities there, but I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, Tyler, if you ever watch this interview and we like sitting right next to each other, Jada probably got Temptation beat a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That. So I was checking you out, trying to do a little bit of research, trying to do my due diligence on you. I found out that you actually are in favor of 50-50 relationships. I heard that, right? What's up? Is that a byproduct of the woman cheating, going back to Jada, even though she might be a good woman? Is it because of the 50-50 relationship? Is that why?
Well, Jada wasn't doing you good. I like you, but but Jada wasn't doing 50-50. Was she doing 50-50? We didn't even really get into that. But her husband had enough money to take care of everything. She didn't really want for nothing. So when I made that comment, that 50-50 comment, is because I feel like sometimes, it's necessary to do what's necessary to do. I also said that I would love for a man to do 100. But if we have to do 50-50, then you got to do 50-50. Don't be ridiculous and act like things don't happen, like hardships don't happen, niggas don't fall sometimes, But if that man got a plan to get back up or whatever, y'all got to do what y'all got to do. Sometimes it may be 80-20. And sometimes it may be 100-0. But if it's 50-50, it shouldn't be a problem if that's what y'all got. People watch other people's situations and want to live based off how they see other people living. You and your relationship, if your husband is the manager at McDonald's or Walmart, financially, y'all may not be able to go do everything y'all see everybody else doing because it's just not there. And if y'all want to live nice and y'all working on these low budgets, then y'all have to come to some type of agreement where, okay, baby, you handle these bills and I handle these bills. Or we could split all these bills down the middle with your job working as a case manager or whatever, and me working as the manager over here. Some people just not able to do that. And it don't make them a bad person. It just mean that that's just what it is in life. In day life.
So in respects to that, I like that. I agree with you a little bit. My only thing is, because you're a woman, how are you going to respect the man if he's only doing 50-50? That's one. Two, if he ain't really got the resources like that. So I always recommend any dude, don't get with no woman unless your stuff is tight. If it's tight, then you can bring her in. But if it ain't tight, don't bring her in, talk about no 50-50, because she going to straight disrespect you in my mind. And to me, I got a better chance of keeping you if I'm doing my thing, even if it's 80-20. So if the rent is $2,000, I say, look, baby, pay 500. I'll pay the rest. You can respect me at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that's a real thing, or should a man get a girl anyway, even if he ain't got the resources?
So first of all, we were created for each other. To think that you have to I'm not saying don't come just sloppy all over the place, but women were created for men, men were created for women. That's just period. And that whole the battle just needs to stop. But most women are doing 100 by themselves, and most women are grateful if a man come in and do something. You know what I'm saying? So if 50-50 is what it is to start, and then it evolves into something greater, then it evolves into something greater. It don't necessarily mean that they gonna look at them. And I don't know, every woman is different. That's the thing. That's just me. Like, I was reading those comments and and I'm like, and then there was some women that was like, they do 50-50, and then some women said they can't do 50-50, but each woman is different. Just pick, let God choose who he want for you. If you know that you could do 50-50 or you want to do 50-50, then go find another woman that want to do 50-50 and pray about it.
Do you believe that, because I know this wasn't in the video, but I always wondered it, so I'm going to ask you. Do you think a woman that's a 9-to-5 type of woman, should she deal with a man that got a 9-to-5 and an entrepreneur as yourself or like myself? Are we the people that's supposed to be dealing with each other, like versus a 9-to-5 and an entrepreneur? What do you think? You think it needs to be entrepreneur, or 9-to-5, 9-to-5, or it don't matter, depending on the vibe?
I think somebody could change your mindset. Somebody can come in, if you a 9-to-5 and they see like, so if you working 9-to-5 and this man is an entrepreneur and he really cares about you and he love you, say you start your own something, whatever. And this man's tired of you working 9-to-5. He wants you to be available when he wants you to be available. He don't want to speak to you just on break. He want to talk to you whenever, So he put you in a position to now become an entrepreneur like him. I think that's doable, but I think it will only happen in very rare situations and if a man really like you. Now, it may be a woman that come in and turn that man into a boss too, but just speaking from a woman perspective, if I was the one working a 9-to-5 and the man was the entrepreneur, and I had like a dream to whatever, or even if I came and did what he did for a little bit, and he now me working with him or for him, I don't have to work my 9 to 5 no more. I mean, Kenny, you listening?
I'm listening. I'm here. I'm listening.
People got to find what works for them at the end of the day. I could be talking about a specific situation and it doesn't apply to nobody, and a bunch of people in the comments talking shit like, oh, I'm at my mom's house, so excuse my language, but a bunch of people in the comments talking crazy like, oh, she don't know what she talking about, that can never happen. Do what works for you. Don't take every every video you see on the internet and apply it to your life. Do what works for you. Whatever works for you. If you want to date somebody with a 9 to 5 and you got a 9 to 5, do that. If you don't, then you don't. But if somebody is expressing their opinion as to why they don't want to or why they want to, then that's just them. But people got to understand, do what works for you. The internet got people so choked up. I hate it.
Yeah, facts. Okay. All right. Well said. So today's quick topic of today is, I know I mentioned to you briefly, Will Smith's assistant went on Tasha K live and flat out told her that he caught Will Smith and Dwayne Martin having sex. Dwayne Martin was banging him out in the dressing room or where they were in the trailer or whatever. What's your thoughts on that? I know it's not too far away from the film industry. Will Smith is a dope actor himself, but what's your thoughts on him getting loved on by another man, Dwayne Martin, and we all know him as a filmmaker? What is your thoughts? Do you believe that? What's your thoughts on that? How do you feel about that rumor?
Honestly, I got mad respect for Will Smith. So much so that I can't say nothing bad about that man. Nobody knows. I'm the terrible person that had his. I don't have an opinion about it. Do you have an opinion about it, Kenny?
Do I honestly? I'm going to say it right now, right here on the Pimp Game Podcast. I think it's true. I do think it's true. I don't think they're going to admit it. Obviously, we don't know for sure if it's true, but I don't know what that dude gains by telling her that. That's what I don't know. I don't know what he gains. But it seems like he has knowledge that we don't have. So I mean, we'll never know, honestly. But this is my question to you, though. Why is it that some of these stars, why can't they say, hey, I'm gay? The world accepts it now. It's all over TV. It's all over the cartoons. All of that is a lot of the people in the industry, the moguls that's in the entertainment, they're gay in the entertainment industry. I'm talking about the top dogs. A lot of them they're gay, bisexual, all that. Why can't these people just say, yo, I'm gay? What's wrong with that? Why can't they just say that?
Why do we feel like we just need to know that? Why do we feel so entitled to know something about somebody else that does not affect our lives in 1% at all?
Okay. All right. Great point. Great point.
Water, Kenny.
I didn't know you was going to come with that. Okay. All right. Great point. Great point. You heard it from her herself, Miss Caprice Williams, giving us her thoughts on the industry in respects to Will Smith. All right. So for that young girl out there who wants to be the next Caprice Williams, for that next young girl, dude, whatever, teenager, whatever, want to be the next Caprice Williams, do their own thing and be a filmmaker themselves, what is your advice to them? What do they need to watch out for if they want to get into the film industry?
First of all, let me just say this. I think that you got to watch the people that came before you, and you got to watch the people that's around you. So you could watch the people that came before you to see where you want to go and how you could do certain things and pull inspiration from it. You got to watch the people around you, because those are the people that those people have with them to help them get to where they are now. So somebody like yourself, like, you got really good energy. I feel your energy. I feel like I love organization. You send me that email, I love it. I'm like, oh, I love it. So you gotta stay around people who are doing things that you may have a weakness at, but because and nothing is just always one person. Like any project I worked on it with multiple people. Just surround yourself around hungry people. Like, you hungry. I know you hungry. I could tell by how you got this energy. You got so much energy. This email you send me is fire. I love it. Like, I love it. Like, you on point. So just surround yourself around like-minded people who as hungry as you are. And remember, ain't no friends for real in the industry. Keep it going. You know, you got your circle, keep your circle, but keep going. It's gonna get hard. It's gonna be days when you want to give up and you quit. But nothing happens when you quit. You just got to keep going and surround yourself with like-minded people.
All right, keep going, keep going, keep going. I like that. So, yo, it's a great show with you. What's up? Tell everybody who you chilling with.
All right, my name is Caprice Williams, aka C Rose, and I'm chilling with Kenny D on the Pimp Game podcast.
All right, and that concludes our show for this evening. But before I let you go, I want to thank all my viewers, my YouTube viewers out there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you turn those notifications on so when we upload videos, you are the first to get it. And last but not least, we'd like to thank the one and only, the beautiful, that's right, Caprice Williams, aka C Rose, independent filmmaker doing her thing out of Chi-Town. All right? See you next time on Pimp Game. All right? You don't want to miss it. Holla.